So sit back, relax, and check out this video as we go off-roading POS style. Okay, so some things that you're going to need for off-roading is obviously a truck, preferably four-wheel drive. Believe it or not, four-wheel drive doesn't really make that big of a difference anyway, because it's not really four-wheel drive. There's actually, on most, depending on the four-wheel drive system and the setup that you have, there's actually only two tires that turn. Usually, depending on what setup, unless you have what's called lockers. Lockers lock in the axles to the drive shaft, and all four wheels will provide power. But on most four-wheel drive vehicles, actually only two tires turn. That will be the driver's side front left and the passenger side rear right. Okay, one thing that will make or break an off-road vehicle is ground clearance. You have to have ground clearance. Ground clearance is measured by the lowest point on the truck to the ground. So my ground clearance is from here, which would be the pig or the pinion gears, to the bottom. That's your ground clearance. Trucks without a lot of ground clearance aren't going to be able to clear the taller obstacles. This truck's ground clearance isn't that high, really, but it isn't really that low. I'd say it's in between. This particular truck, when it comes to off-roading, when it comes to getting in the thick and getting out of the thick, bigger is not always better. Bigger is heavier. You want smaller and lighter. Smaller and thinner, that way you can fit through the narrower trails. A lot of trails are narrow, they have brush on both sides, and if you have a smaller truck, it won't sink into the mud as much. On some four-wheel drive trucks, they could have the shifter, which is a shifter for your transfer case, or they could have buttons on the dash. The Bronco here has a shifter, and it's got 4 gears, basically. It's got 5, actually. I don't think you can really read them, but I'll read them for you. It has 2 high, 4 high, neutral, and then 4 low. 4 low is what you want to use for off-roading. That is, 4 low is when you apply most of your output torque toward your 4 wheels. Okay, so I got the truck in 4 low. I'm going to turn it on, and I want to drive it and show you how it runs in 4 low. Okay. When it's in 4 low, it's kind of like a granny gear, and it won't go very fast. But that's the point. When you're off-roading, speed is very important, but you don't really need it a whole lot because you'll just tear up your truck. So this is a simple trail. This is a pretty simple trail, I'd say, right here. So I don't really need to go that slow, but I don't really need to go that fast either. You want to do most of your off-roading in between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Okay, now we got ourselves a little hill right here. This is a little dip. And I'm sorry for the weird camera angles, but I don't have a tripod. I only have 5 different cameras to film me. Or a mic setup, or a boom operator, or a lighting guy. I'm sorry. All I use for my videos is a cheap kid's camera. Let's check it out. So this is our little hill, and we're going to go through the hill, okay? Now notice, before, when you come up on an obstacle, okay, when it comes to off-roading and you're not sure where you're going, your biggest fear needs to be getting stuck and breakdowns. You don't want to get stuck. Today I'm not going to do much. I'm not going to go through very thick stuff because I'm afraid of getting stuck. So if you can, go with a buddy. You know, find someone else that can go with you. But this hill, this is nothing for this truck. So let's check it out. Like on hills like this, as you're descending a hill, whoa, this is hard to do. Okay, you want to keep your foot on the brake at all times. That way you don't go down too fast. So I'm coming up the hill. And I'm not going to go very fast. See, that's about as fast as I want to go right there. Okay, when you're off-roading, it's all about judgment, okay? One thing, this small little road right here, this is just sand, and it's just a little road, but it really isn't just a little road. It's sand, and sand you can get stuck in because your truck could sink in. So, you know, when you're out in the brush and you're not sure, if you have a buddy, then go for it because he can pull you out. But if you don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it because I don't have anybody to pull me out. But that sand right there, even though it's just sand, that intimidates me. So let's drive around it and see what. Oh, we got a little river there. Got a little ravine. Oh, we got a little mud pit.